Hello everyone, this is Sydney and welcome to my haul for February of 2024. This is a pretty big haul compared to what it usually is because I had a convention this month that I went to. So I'm going to start with the Viz releases that I picked up, starting with new releases. So we've got Akane Banashi, Volume 4, Frieren, Volume 10, the final volume of Imakoi, which is Volume 9. We have Mission Yozakura Family, Volume 9. Then we've got My Hero Academia, Volume 37. I don't want to show the cover because the cover is a major spoiler. Next, we have My Special One, Volume 5. Then we've got One Piece, Volume 105. Next, we've got the first One Piece manga spinoff, One Piece Ace's Story, Volume 1, illustrated by Boichi. Then we've got the second One Piece manga spinoff, Shokugeki no Sanji. This is by the creators of Food Wars. Then we've got Rainbow Days, Volume 8. Next up is Sakura Saku, Volume 3, I think? 2, actually. Guess I thought this was further along than it is. Next, we've got Heart Gear, Volume 3. Then we have the Viz Sigs. Well, Heart Gear is a Viz Sig, but I'm going to pretend that didn't happen with My Name is Shingo, Volume 1 by Kazuo Umez. It's the newest series of his to finally get licensed in the West. And lastly, for Viz, we've got The Way of the House Husband, Volume 11. Next, I'm going to cover the Yen Press releases, starting with Dark History of the Reincarnated Villainess, Volume 9. Then we've got Elden Ring, The Road to the Erd Tree, Volume 2. Next up is Oshinoko, Volume 5. Then we've got The Villainess Stands the Heroes, Volume 3. I have way too many Villainess series this month. Found that out when I was putting all this together. Then we've got the first volume of Whoever Steals This Book. Partners pick up. I might read it at some point, who knows. Then we've got the oversized Yen Press releases, starting with A Business Proposal, Volume 4. Then Beast Rings, which is a one-off. Next we have Bloody Sweet Volume 2. And Volume 1 and 2 kind of go together with their covers, which is pretty cool. Then we've got Doomsday with My Dog, Volume 4. Next up, another Villainess series, If the Villainess and Villain Met and Fell in Love, Volume 1. Then we've got Kowloon Generic Romance, Volume 6. I didn't drop that. You did not see that. Next is Not So Wicked Stepmom, Volume 3. Yes, Volume 3. Which, it's also a villainess, but that's not in the title. Then we've got Villains Are Destined to Die, Volume 6 or 7? Volume 6, yes. And lastly, for Yen Press, we have a second volume of The Villainess Turns the Hourglass. That's it for Yen Press. Next, I'm going to go over Seven Seas, starting with 2.5 Dimensional Seduction, Volume 9. And weird gag in this volume with him being secretly ripped. Then we've got Black Knight Parade, Volume 2. Next up is Dungeon People, Volume 3. I think this one actually came out earlier than February, but we just finally got it in. Then we've got the final volume of The Haunted Bookstore, which I didn't realize was the final volume until very recently, Volume 4. Next, we've got My Cute Little Kitten, Volume 2. Then we've got another villainess series, the villainess who has been killed 108 times. I think this is only going to be 4 volumes. Next up, we have another debut volume, The Tree of Death Yomotsu Hegui. Very Cthulhu-inspired artwork in that monster design. Then we've got A Stepmother's Marchen, Volume 3. Honestly, one of my favorite manga covers. It's so gorgeous. Then we've got The Dangerous Convenience Store Volume 2, which starts the trend of my BL manhwa being a lot of smut. Then we've got my only manhwa, I don't know the pronunciation, the Chinese version of manga, Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, Volume 5. And lastly, for 7Cs, we have Punch Drunk Love, Volume 1. This is another debut volume, and it's somehow even more explicit than The Dangerous Convenience Store. Next, I'm going to get into the Kodansha releases. Starting off with the debut volume of Gazing at the Star Next Door, which the cover is really grabbing, and I don't normally like blank spines with like not a lot of detail on them, but it looks really good in this case. Then we've got Magic Knight Ray Earth Volume 2. I think there's only going to be one more volume of this. Then we have Wand Dance Volume 8. Next up, we've got Witch Hat Atelier Kitchen Volume 2. Then A Condition Called Love Volume 6. And lastly, for regular size Kodansha releases, we have Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun Volume 6. Then we've got the big one over here with the Vinland Saga Deluxe hardcover. I've always wanted to collect Vinland Saga and read it, but I honestly have not been a fan of the normal releases. The spines and the design of the covers don't really appeal to me, so this was perfect for me. Really happy to finally have that. Next up, we are getting into various assorted ones, starting with Square Enix with I Think Our Son is Gay 5. This is the final volume in this series. Then we've got The Ice Guy and the Cool Girl, Volume 3, another Square Enix. And then another highly anticipated debut volume, Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You, Volume 1, which I liked a lot more than I thought I would. Then we've got Romeo, Volume 1 by June. This has gone through so many delays, and I actually really enjoyed it. Then we've got The Prince is in the Villainess's Way, Volume 1 from Tokyo Pop. And the other Tokyo Pop we have is Since I Could Die Tomorrow, Volume 1. Next, we have the Dark Horse release, which is Cat Gamer 4. And lastly, for new releases, we've got Tear Moon Empire by J-Novel, or from J-Novel Club, Volume 3. Okay, next I'm going to be going over the pickups for series that are on my backlog, things that aren't new releases. Starting off with 3 volumes of Angel Sanctuary, volumes, well, that was premature. Volumes 1, 2, and 3 by Kaori Yuki. I've been wanting to get into her works ever since I kind of read some information about, I'm forgetting the name of it, Kane Saga. Then we've got Banana Fish, Volume 2. No explanation needed for Banana Fish. Then I finally got some more volumes of Cross Game. I got volumes 3 and 8. Most of these pickups were at the convention that I went to, so that's another reason why there's so many books this month. Then we've got Dengeki Daisy, volumes 7 and 9. Next up is Fushigi Yugi Genbu Kaiden, volumes 9 and 10 by Yu Wadase. Next, we have one volume of Happy Marriage, which is volume 3. This is from the creator of An Incurable Case of Love, one of my favorites. Then we've got Hikaru no Go, volume 17. Next, we have a good number of Queen's quality volumes that I all found secondhand at a local store. We have volumes 1, 2, 4, 7, and 8. It's a series I've heard so many good things about, and I want to check out after I read QQ Sweeper and after I collect QQ Sweeper. Oh no. Next up, we have Skip Beat Volume 3. Uh, picked this up because I had volumes of 1 and 2 in the singles, and the rest I'm getting in omnibuses, so I figured I'll get 3 in the single, so I don't have to exchange the singles for anything. Then we've got the final volume of Sugar Princess Skating to Win, which I was super happy to run into. And then we've got 2 more volumes from Viz, which is Vampire Knight Volume 18. Yes, Volume 18, which is one away from finally finishing that series. And then Yona of the Dawn Volume 24, which is a drop in the bucket because there's so much of Yona of the Dawn. Next, I'm going to get into other publishers aside from Viz. First of all, we have the Log Horizon Light Novel Volume 2. Then we've got Classmates Volume 5, and this is a 7 Seas release. Then we have the only other 7 Seas, which is Captain Harlock Dimensional Voyage Volume 1, which I was lucky enough to find on clearance. Then we have a lot of smaller publishers. So we've got 2 volumes of Blue Publishing, which with Gerard and Jacques, and Lovers in the Night, both by Fumi Yoshinaga, because my partner and I are getting on a big Fumi Yoshinaga kick and are trying to collect everything she's published in English. Then we've got 2 Tokyo Pops, which with Magic Knight Ray Earth 2, Volume 2 and Volume 3, which completes my collection of Magic Knight Ray Earth 2. Then we've got 801 Media with Ichigenmei, Volumes 1 and 2, yet again by Fumi Yoshinaga. I think all of these small BL publishing releases are going to be Fumi Yoshinaga because, again, like I mentioned, we're starting to get into more of her older works. Then we've got 2 releases from, I don't remember the name of this publisher. I think CMX or something. No, what is it? Oh, it's Gokomi. Yes, 2 volumes from Gokomi. We have Black Sun and Silver Moon 5 and Bogle 2, both of which are my partner's pickups, which is why he has not taken the plastic wrap off, because he does not read his stuff very frequently. I hope he's not watching this. And then we have a lot more Fumi Yoshinaga. I think, yes, this first batch is all DMP, and then the second batch is going to be all Junei. So first of all, if I can grab it, we've got Antique Bakery, Volumes 3 and 4. A bit of a spoiler for next month, but we actually managed to find the first, 2 and 3, pardon me. We managed to find the Volumes 1 and 4 at a good price, so we finally finished that series in March, which I was so happy about. Then we have Flower of Life, Volumes 1 to 3, again by Fumi Yoshinaga, which is almost completed. I think we're 1 volume away from finishing the series, but as it tends to go with these older publications, it's going to be a bit of a pain to find it at a decent price. Then the last DMP we have is Garden Dreams, again by Fumi Yoshinaga. And then we have 3 Junei with Don't Say Any More, Darling. And lastly, we have, from my understanding, Fumi Yoshinaga's debut series, The Moon and the Sandals, Volumes 1 and Volume 2. So that's everything that I picked up in the month of February. It was a lot. Thanks so much for all the support with watching these videos and leaving any feedback in the comments if you do. I really appreciate it. And feel free to ask whatever you want to ask in the chat, and I will try and answer as best as I can. So again, thank you so much for the support, and I will see you guys In a couple weeks, probably. Bye.